Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of A2Y. I'm your host, Addison Young, as always and forever. And I'd like to thank everyone who watched those last few videos on the Asbury revival that I did. And those of you who don't, you should definitely go check it out. It was an interview with my grandfather, Dr. Gary Wright, and another interview with my dear friend, Caleb Ream, on the 1970 and 2023 revivals, respectively. And while those videos were groundbreaking for A2Y in terms of success, I'm going to talk about that on a later date, and you will see why then. But today, I want to talk about not just the Asbury revival, but the effect that it's having and how we need to continue it to the future. So, revival is undoubtedly happening today. It's happening in a society that really needs it. Sorry, some technical issues. It's happening in a society that really needs it in a way that we haven't seen before. There's a lot of doubt and fear in our world today, a lot of confusion going on, especially among those my age. And we really need God to guide us on where we need to go and how we get there. Because honestly, I think at this point, none of us have a clue. And while this Asbury revival is such a huge event and could be a massive event in terms of global effect, how do we let it not fail? How do we not just let it be an explosion of spiritual power, but the catalyst to a wildfire that could spread around the whole world? In other words, how do we let these efforts of God not be wasted in futile human efforts? Because when man acts on his will alone, things crash and burn all the time. It's just the way things are. We cannot do things without God and his guidance. So, how do we do this? How do we not let this act of God be wasted? Well, the answer is we have to continue to seek him. In James chapter 4, verse 8, it says, "Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded." You cannot follow God and follow the ways of this world at the same time. It's merely not possible. You won't be able to do it. It's not going to lead to any success in your life at all. See, the way of this world is treacherous and will leave you broken. But when you follow God, it will take you to meaningful places, and in the end, you will have a life worth living or worth having lived. Kind of grim, but it's the truth. You have to follow God and seek his guidance at all times. And when you seek God, you're seeking the will of the Heavenly Father who created you and wants the best for you. All right, in Matthew, and this is going to be a long one, so bear with me. Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 through 12. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks it will be opened. Or which one of you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will you give him a serpent? If you then who are evil know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who's in heaven give good things to those who ask of him? God isn't just this giant spaghetti monster in the sky. He is your heavenly Father who wishes the best for you. He created you for a purpose, and he knew you in the womb. So how are you going to go out and just chase things of this world and waste your life? You must follow him and you must seek his guidance. And when you do that, the revival that he's started in Asbury will be able to continue as it is on the universities it's at now and the churches it's at now. See, the people who have gone into the Asbury revival, they witnessed this. They're now trying to spread it the best they can. And we have to remember as we try to spread this revival and continue it to seek God at all times and seek his guidance. When you seek him, good things will happen to you. But most importantly, he will show you how to go on through your life. And he's going to give you the path for you to follow. It's not going to be an easy path. In fact, I've already talked about in life, we have the two gates. One is the gate of this world that will lead to the desires of the flesh and of this world. And the other is the gate to his will for you. And you have to choose that second one. It's not going to be easy. And it's going to be really hard. You're going to have to make difficult decisions. You're going to have to cross treacherous paths. But in the end, it's going to be the gate with the most fulfillment. Because you will have lived a life worth living. Thank you for watching this episode of A2Y, and I'll see you guys next time.